If I lost everything that I have now and had to restart from complete scratch, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'd do from a person who has started at McDonald's, had a couple jobs between then to finally having their first business work out, maybe after 6 unsuccessful Shopify stores, to then making a little bit of money off of day trading, to literally losing everything, putting myself into $100,000 worth of credit card debt. Now, well, not only just making it all back, but owning $250,000 worth of cars cash, living in the penthouse that I live in, have retired parents, being able to travel the world first class. I'm not going to tell you any of this stuff just for it to come out of my ass, because everything that I'm about to tell you is exactly what I did to not only just make my first dollar on the internet, but essentially get it all back. If you guys don't know me, my name's Chris. I've made a substantial amount of money on day trading. If you guys don't believe me, you guys can go to my past videos where I show you guys that I actually trade and I don't make money from selling info. And if I do make money from selling info, it is very minimal. You can see all my verification on my Instagram. I have a handful of YouTube videos as well from me making pretty decent amount of money to actually requesting payouts live, but that's not the point of this. I don't want to gas this up for myself. I want to give you guys advice. I'm using this video, this platform, whether it's just 10 people watching this, hundreds of people watching this, thousands of people watching this, maybe, shoot, even hundreds of thousands. As long as I can help just one person change their life, that's all I care about. I'm gonna try to film this, no edits, no cuts, no retakes, no nothing. So, listen up. Starting out, I'd imagine that you probably have something, you probably have nothing, you're probably in the middle of your journey. You need to have stable income. You need to have a job, whether it's a tip-based job, whether it's an hourly-based job. You need to be making money on a consistent basis. And regardless of where you're at within your journey, whether it's essentially, like I mentioned, at the very start, in the very middle, whatever, you have to have 1020% conviction that this is going to work out for you. Because if you're even just in the slightest bit hesitant, I'm telling you right now, when things get hard, you will give up. And you are going to live the entirety of your life doing something that you don't want to do. So I'm telling you right now, if it's something that you are going to start, you must commit to it to the very end. I knew whenever I was $100,000 in credit card debt after making money on the internet, if I were to give up, I'd be living a life that I did not want to live. What is that life? Well, having to work for someone else, living in an average ass home, driving an average Altima, and ultimately doing the things that I don't want to do in life. But I stuck with it to the very end, and I need you to stick with it to the very end. Despite what your parents say, despite what your friends say, despite what anybody else says, if you yourself believe that you can do it and make it towards the very end, it is inevitable that the universe is going to reward you if you show up every single fucking day doing exactly what it is that you need to. So, routing back to it, I'd get a job, whether it be an hourly based job, whether it be a tip based job. You need to have stable income coming in. Now, maybe you live with your parents, maybe you're paying rent, maybe you have a car note, whatever the case may be. The typical average rent in my specific area here in Dallas is roughly $1,500 a month for the average Joe, and they're making roughly $3,000 to $5,000-ish a month. The typical person probably profits about $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Now, they use that money to go out and do the fine dining for whatever reason. They spend money on things that they can't afford. They go out to the clubs and spend hundreds of dollars a night for solid 2s, 3s at the club. You need to put all that shit to the side. Because remember what I told you, when you need to go all in and have absolute conviction that you are going to make this work out, you have to go through a period. You have to go through a phase of living life like most won't, for a period of time to live life like most can't. You have to put the video games to the side. You have to put the alcohol to the side. You have to put the weed to the side. You have to put all of the things that are not IPA to the side if you want to make this happen as quick as humanly possible. What are IPAs? Income producing activities. I don't know why I put 3 fingers up. It's just one thing. Income producing activities. I'd imagine that you're probably doing the entire wealth journey because of the fact that you want to retire your parents. You want to prove everyone else wrong. You want to be able to travel the world. You want to live life for your terms. Do not let the haters win. I probably should have put my phone on Do Not Disturb. But coming back into it, you need to put all of those things to the side for a temporary period of time. Live life like most won't for a period of time, to live life like most can't for a lifetime. Once you get your job, once you've had all of your rent thing, your actual living expenses paid out, you're gonna be saving a lot of money from your outings, from unnecessary dates, from anything unnecessary in life, and all of that money needs to go into whatever business venture that you are going into. Whether it's drop shipping, Airbnb arbitrage, day trading in my case scenario, and you need to invest into yourself, into your education. Don't get me wrong, you can learn from YouTube 1020%. There's a lot of information out on the internet that is completely free. You can do it for completely free. But you gotta understand the fact that there is so much scattered information on the internet, it is going to be very hard for you to get this and that and this and that and this and that and put it all together if it's all over the place. You need to invest into yourself and into your education and invest into somebody who is living the exact life that you want to live. You want to make sure that they're verified with what they do, because there's a lot of people in the online money space that make all their money from selling courses. I'm about to burp. Excuse me. They make all their money from selling courses and they don't make shit from what they actually teach. So make sure whoever it is that you find that they're verified. Now, I'm not saying this to gas myself up, but I literally post bank statements on the wealthclubofficialwebsite.com as to how much I made from trading. And I also show how much I made from selling courses at the point in time that that video was recorded. It is a 17-minute video on the homepage of the Wealth Club website. On my most recent video, right now at the time of recording this, I believe it's April 26th. There's 4 days ago, I uploaded a video of me making $16,000 in a singular day, and I request $10,000 live, and also show how much I made from selling courses just this year alone versus how much I've actually spent by just living life. You need to find somebody who can actually verify what they do, and you need to learn from them. You need to show up every single day. You need to practice what it is that they teach. You need to get better. You need to bug them. You need to ask them questions, because at the end of the day, if you are investing into somebody, you are investing into their network, into their time. When you get access to that person, they're verified, and for whatever reason you fail in whatever it is that you are doing, it's genuinely because you chose to. But coming back into it, what did I do when I first lost everything? Starting out, I was at McDonald's. I was working as a server at Cracker Barrel. I was reselling Supreme, Yeezys, all of the hypewear stuff when it first came around, while I was also being a soccer referee. I got into day trading. I went through 4 or 5 unsuccessful businesses before my 6th one exploded. And the only reason that the 6th one is exploded is because I invested into somebody. I actually invested into multiple people, multiple different programs. After that, I made a substantial amount of money on the internet selling black AirPods when AirPods first came out back in right around 2016, 2018. I don't exactly remember the exact date, but I know I was in high school. I want to say it was 2017. I was a sophomore. Was I a freshman? I don't know. Anyways, after that, I'm speaking a little bit of my journey. I made the pretty good amount of money. I got recruited into network marketing. I wanted to get into day trading and my ego got the best of me. After making all of that money, I got into day trading. I made a pretty decent amount of money again. I was like, bro, I got this shit down. Next thing you know, I lose everything. I got into $100,000 worth of credit card debt, and restarting out, I did the exact same shit again. I put every single girl that I talked to the side. I put every single outing that I had to the side. Yo, Chris, let's go out to the club. Let's go out to Vivo. Let's go out and drink. Let's go out and get a section. Let's go out to dinner. Let's go out and do this. I said no, every single fucking time, because I wanted this shit so fucking badly, bro. And I want you to have exactly what I have, plus more. I want you to surpass me. It's the whole point that I'm recording this video, because you're watching this because of the fact that, for one, the man above put this on your page because he believes in you just as much as I believe in you. And whether you believe it or not, as long as you believe in yourself, that is all that matters. I put all of that shit to the side, and what did I do? I was Ubering, I was door dashing, I was working as valet, I was doing all of these things all over again because I needed to restart. I invested into my education because the ego got the best of me, and I lost everything because of it. Trust me, I tried going the free route. It did not work. It didn't work because nothing was structured. I was picking up bits and pieces from this person and that person and this person and that person, and it didn't go together. Once I started to make a little bit of money, once again, and I started to replace the income that I was making with day trading again, that's when I stopped Ubering and door dashing. And the only time that I ever did it was when I broke my trading rules, because of the fact that I needed to force myself into some sort of discipline. And routing back to where it's at now, I mean, you guys have seen the lifestyle, and if you haven't, you can go to my Instagram. And I don't know, I guess I'm spilling a little bit of my story as to how I came back up again. And I also just, whoever's made it this far, bro, I mean, I really want you to win. I really fucking want you to win, bro. Because if you don't, I always told myself this. My entire goal and my entire reasoning was because of the fact that I wanted to retire my parents. I knew I was not going to be able to go up to my mom and tell her that she wasn't worth the struggle to be able to retire her. I told myself in the back of my mind every single day, if I stop, if I give up, I need to go up to my mom, look at her dead in the eyes, and tell her that she wasn't worth struggling for to be able to retire. Once my kid comes into this world, I need to look him dead in the eye and tell him that he wasn't worth getting rich for, and he's living an average ass life, and I can't take him to Disney World because his dad was too much of a fucking pussy to continue to move forward when things got uncomfortable. Trust me, bro, to this day, there's points and times where I just don't want to do things, but I still do it. At the level that I'm at, I still show up every single day doing the things that I want to, doing the things that I need to, because of the fact that I did everything that has led me here, and I still continue to show up, you know? And I don't want to keep yapping and yapping and yapping. I mean, the whole moral of the story, I mean, I started off with what I would do if I went broke. I'd get a job, I'd find somebody who has what I want, I'd do what they do, and eventually get what they have. And it's just a matter of showing up every single fucking day, bro. You have haters to prove wrong. You have yourself to prove right. I have third world immigrant parents. My first ever job was at fucking McDonald's, bro. If I can do this, as dumb as I am, as slow as I am, as a dropout, you can too, bro. Anybody can. The only reason that people don't is because they're too scared to start, too scared to gamble on themselves, and ultimately because, I mean, that's really the only two things. Because you never take action, or you're too much of a bitch